Beautiful walleye. Big Sky Flying Jigs, Wonder Bread. Welcome back to the channel. Back for my last trip for the season here. The weather is much better this time. We've gone from minus 30, 32 to plus 5. So it's beautiful out here. We have some great weather for the next 3 days. A little bit of wind. It's supposed to hit 50k tonight, but it's supposed to calm down again. I'm really looking forward to this trip. Sad that the season's coming to end, but all good things. We're going to chase burbot mostly, and then later on tomorrow I'm going to go for some scouting trips and go try and find some smaller perch. So one of the questions I get occasionally is how to tell the difference between a sauger and a walleye. Sauger have spots on their dorsal fin, walleye do not. Walleye usually have a white tip on the base of their back fin. Sauger do not, but you can get hybrids of both. So the most common way is the dorsal fin, as you'll see here. So the dorsal fin on a walleye has no spots. The dorsal fin on a sauger has spots. Sauger, no tip. Walleye, little white tip. Nice 20-incher. Good way to start into the season. Some good walleye this trip. Nice 20-inch walleye. Okay, sun's gone down. Walleye bites kind of faded off. We got pretty much about 10-15 walleye tonight. I let most of them go because they're quite small. So I'm setting up the ling baits, or the burbot baits. I like to use anchovies. Bigger bait, bigger fish. However, burbot are nocturnal and they hunt by scent and vibration. So I've got a jig head, 5/8 ounce jig head, with a anchovy on it. The anchovies I got from Canadian Tire, nothing special. You can get them in most bait shops. Burbot are not picky. They like chicken livers, pretty much any meat you can use, preferably rotted. They're very, very much scent hunters. So I'll give you a little peek into my burbot box. As you can see, I have pretty much a general assortment of Big Sky Flying Jigs, kryptonite glows. I love that that jig head there, but I usually pull off the stinger. I don't have an issue catching burbot, so I usually crimp my barbs and I don't use the stingers. But the rest are all trout pouts. Pretty standard burbot jig. So that's my kit. Glow plays its part. It's not necessary, but it definitely ups your game a little bit for those chasing the big boys. I pinch all my barbs. I don't like to have barb hooks. I catch too many fish to barb anything, and I like to release them. I'd say 90% of the fish I catch I release, probably more than that. So check this out. This is the glow action on the big nasty jig head. Why burbot? It's a delicious fish. It is really an underrated fish. Burbot by far lends itself to the kitchen. You can add a spice to it and that meat will pick up that flavor. They're an underrated fish. A lot of people, I remember back in the day fishing in Manitoba, people would throw them on the ice and throw them away, and it used to just break my heart. Like, I knew what they were. I knew they were delicious. I knew they were a valuable food source. I'm very happy to see that people are starting to recognize that and actually target them as a species. I hope that in the future we start to study them a little more. There was a study done in the States where they tagged a bunch of them to follow their path and learn more about them. I think that needs to happen here in Canada. I think it needs to happen in Saskatchewan. It needs to happen in Alberta before we fish them out of existence. They are very plentiful and abundant, but they are a fish. They are easily overfished. And now that their popularity has grown, I think it's time to start investing in protecting that species. Why do I fish burbot? Mainly my grandfather. The stories my mom would tell me about my grandfather cleaning fish that were the size of her when she was a little girl. And I want my nephew and his children to experience the same thing that I've experienced. They are ugly, they are slimy, they move different, but my God, they are a beautiful creature. About as simple as you can get. Walleye fillets soaked in Frank's Red Hot, cooked in butter. Welcome to carnivore. Doesn't seem like much, but it's delicious, and I've lost 6 pounds in 10 days. So, yay carnivore. There's an owl just outside my tent. He's been hooting for about a half hour. Keeps getting closer. I think he's after my fish. Well, it was a pretty slow night, so I think I'm gonna pack up. It's been 3 days, 2 nights. Burbot just aren't biting. I don't even think they're here. I caught 2 burbot all night long, one little tiny one and then 1 keeper. It's just that time of year. We're at the end of February, still a little bit before the burbot spawn. I was gonna make this the last trip, but I think, well, I was gonna make this the last trip, but season goes till middle of March here. So I think I'm going to come back one more time. I don't like to finish the year on poor results, so I'll come back and give her another go. Ice is still thick. We still have 3 feet ice, so even with the warm temperatures, we should be fine. So yeah, another video to come. See you in the next one.